So just like everyone, I wanted to experience life, and at the same time I wanted to achieve my goals. But I was also someone who was not, really directing my actions and my thoughts towards my goals. And even though sometimes my actions were directed, my thoughts were of someone who doesn't deserve whatever I wanted. And that is when I came across this book called The Game of Life and How to Win It. The principles are very simple to understand, but they have changed my life massively. I have not only gotten my dream job because of these principles, but I've also basically understood the importance of God, the importance of divine timing. I know if I want something, I will 100% go for it and I will achieve it. And this whole mindset transition has only been possible because of this book and the laws that I'm going to be sharing with you. So with that in mind, let's get started. The first law is the law of prosperity. And the central message around this law is that God is the ultimate source of supply for humanity, and only through faith and spoken word can we access what rightfully belongs to us. So you need to have some faith or some belief in something that is higher than you. That can be God, that can be the universe, or that can be any religious God that you have. And once you have that God, whatever desires you have, you can basically ask God for it and have perfect faith that you will receive those desires come what may. And there's a 5-step process that you need to follow. The first step is to prepare a vision. And I say vision and not a goal because you want to be very clear about what you want to receive. So say for example, if you see yourself in 5 years having a luxury lifestyle, then what does that luxury lifestyle entail? So be specific about the job that you're working in, the partner that you have, the friends that you have, the lifestyle that you live in. So that's exactly what a vision will look like for you. Once you have your vision, then the second step is preparation. Preparation is basically aligning your thoughts and your actions for achieving that vision. So say for example, if you are working really hard at the same time, you are thinking thoughts of lack, or you're thinking thoughts of, maybe I'm not good enough for it, what if I never receive it, then you will never receive it. And at the same time, your thoughts are of someone who wants to luxury lifestyle, but your actions are of someone who's watching Netflix all day long, then again, you're not aligned with your vision. Have your thoughts and your actions aligned in tune to that vision, and anything else that does not align with that vision should be removed. Now coming to the third stage, and that is to overcome any doubt and fear. So basically, when you're trying to achieve your goals, and people who come and tell you, who do you think you are, what makes you think that you can achieve it, and why you're dreaming so big? Or maybe you yourself are your biggest enemy, and you maybe go into these periods of self-doubt and fear that am I even good enough for it? Is this meant for me? If you've started that thing, possibly is meant for you, because why would you start it in the first place? So overcoming doubt and fear is basically done by restoring your faith in God and your faith in the divine. And if you're working really hard towards your vision, then there is no way in hell that you're not going to receive it. And the fourth thing, the stage called challenges before success. So any successful person has failed a lot, okay? And that is only because God will put challenges and tests right before you're about to receive your goals, so that He can really see that if you're even capable enough of achieving those goals, because God will never give you a Ferrari if you don't know how to drive, right? So these challenges and failures are basically a sign that you are on the right track, because if you don't fail, you'll not learn, and if you don't learn, you won't be able to handle the success that you're essentially asking for. And the faster and the sooner you understand that, the closer you are to your goals. And now coming to the last and the fifth step, and that is to trust in divine timing. So now that you've taken all your actions, you work towards it, and you have faith in God, then be rest assured that it will be given to you, but it will be given to you in divine timing. And what divine timing basically means is that you won't get it exactly when you want it, but exactly when it's time for you to receive it. So say for example, if there's someone who wants their dream relationship, and they've done everything right on their end, but they're still not able to manifest their dream relationship. What they do manifest instead is their dream career, because they aren't in a relationship, they get a lot of space to work on themselves and their career. And now right after their career has manifested, God also sends them their dream relationship. So when that person thinks about in retrospect, they would thank God for not getting that dream relationship 5 years ago, because that wouldn't lead them to have their dream career. So that's exactly how divine timing works, and you have to trust that everything is working for you and not against you. So back in college, just like everyone, when college was ending, even I was looking for a job placement, and I had this one company in mind that I really wanted to get, because I thought that company is the best company that I could ever get, right after college. And then the company came for placements, I applied, I worked really, really hard on my application, and then I didn't get it. And I was so devastated. It went for me, and this is the only thing that I was looking forward to, and now it spoils all my plans after college. But then that was also the time I kept seeing the number 222, so much so that I had to Google it, and I Googled it. The meaning said that have faith that something better is on the way. And then somehow I restored my faith, because you have to move on in life, right? So maybe I think 2 to 3 weeks after, another company came on campus, and that company had never come on campus before. And this company was basically more aligned with my job interests, and was also basically paying 3 times as much as the previous company that I didn't get was paying. So obviously the stakes for this company high, and a lot of people were applying here. And I also applied, not thinking much of it, because everyone's gonna apply for it, and it seems like a big company. So I applied for it, and through I got through interview round 1, and somehow got through interview round 2, and I got through interview round 3, and finally I had the job letter. And that whole process was so effortless for me. All I had to do was be myself in the interviews. And then I realized that once when I got rejected to the job, I sent my friends a message that now I'm just gonna get a job that's gonna pay 3 times as much. And that's when I got the job letter, I realized that this job does pay 3 times as much. And that was the time when my faith in divine timing and God and everything restored. The thing is that if you don't get something, it's only because 1, maybe it's not the right time for it, or 2, there is something way, way, way better for you. Coming to law number 2, and that is the power of 4. So your spoken words possess a profound creative power that can influence your life experiences. And you see, words carry this vibrational energy that attracts the corresponding outcomes. So if you speak negative words, you're going to attract negative outcomes. And if you speak positive words, you're going to attract positive outcomes. So here's a little frequency chart that you can see. You see the chart in the lower end are all the words that you don't want to speak, because these are negative words, negative energies, and lower frequency words. And if you speak these words, then you indefinitely are turning your life towards that direction. But at the same time, if you're speaking words which are around the area of enlightenment, happiness, peace, and especially gratitude is so important. So if you're speaking these words, then your life is going to change accordingly. And now you must be wondering, like, how do I stop it when someone does something to me and something shameful happens? So there's a very interesting concept called the pendulum effect. Think of any emotion as a pendulum. Something that agitates you happens, so it makes you a little angry, and the pendulum starts swinging in that anger state. So the more anger you feed your that situation or that circumstance, the faster the pendulum will swing. And as everyone knows, when some pendulum is literally in the swing, it's way more difficult to stop that pendulum than stopping it at its initial stage. So you can stop the pendulum in 2 ways. The first way is courage. So courage is basically facing the situation head on and ending it then and there. The second thing that you can do is send goodwill and blessings to that situation/person. A gratitude list of 10 things that you're grateful for in that situation. Also send love and blessings to that person. First of all, what that does is it lowers the resentment you feel towards that person. And second thing that it does is it creates a protective aura around you that basically bounces back any enemies or any bad energy that comes towards you. Coming to the third law, and that is the law of non-resistance. The book tells us instead of resisting anything bad that happens to you, you need to flow through it. So the book reminds us to be like water. So water can pass through the steadiest and the deepest rocks, and at the same time it can flow through the smoothest rivers. And the way you can be non-resistant in life is by applying these 3 things. The first thing is basically understanding that your outer reality is a reflection of your inner reality. So instead of blaming your outer circumstances and the outer things that you can't control, you can simply control your emotions and your internal world, and that will automatically change your outer reality. That's quite interesting, right? Now the second thing is living in the present. So basically dwelling on the past or future impedes your progress. So living in the now allows you for positive change and opportunities to come. And anything that you want to do is do from the present. Don't worry about the future, don't think about the past. And the third thing, basically by using affirmations. So well-crafted affirmations that align with your visions and your beliefs have the power to basically shape your reality. So your affirmations must be very convincing, and it should be tailored to your own consciousness. And you can have affirmations for work, for service, for prosperity, for relationships. The list is countless. And science and research has shown that saying your affirmations right before bed or right after waking up have a very powerful impact. Coming to the next law, and that is the law of karma. So I'm sure we've all heard that quote, whatever a man soweth, that he shall reap. So every word, every action, every reaction that you have will return to you in some shape, way or form. And the book says that this law works with astounding precision. So whether you believe it or not, it is still working. There's also another very famous quote, which is that a man receives back whatever he gives out. So if you're giving out, a lot of good in the world, then be sure that that good and that charity, or if you're, just sending out goodwill to people, or you're just being nice, will return to you in some shape, way or form. And at the same time, if someone does you wrong or something wrong happens to you and you're blaming the other person, the thing is that you may have knowingly or unknowingly done someone else wrong, and that is returning back to you. There's no reason to blame other people. You just have to do good deeds yourself, be a good person yourself, and you'll just start attracting the good things in your life. And people say karma is a bitch, but that's up to you. Like, if you use it for your advantage, then it can be a very, very good thing for you. And this brings us to our final law, and that is the law of intuition. Albert Einstein once said that the intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant but has forgotten the gift. Have you ever considered the power of your gut feeling, that gut feeling that you had about that one person and it turned out to be true, or that gut feeling that made you not go in that particular situation and that also turned out to be true? Well, it's more than a gut feeling. It's basically your intuition guiding you go through the right decisions. So imagine having a built-in GPS system. That's your intuition. So intuition isn't a random guess. It's your inner compass. So basically, which is honed by your experiences. So if you nudge your inner compass in the right direction, then you will head towards what your true desires are and not towards what others think you should do. And every successful person, mind you, has a very, very strong intuition, because every successful person is very connected to God or to source, and that is basically your intuition. And one example that I can use, and I know it may sound a little controversial, but I personally think that Kanye West is very in touch with his intuition. And if you watch his videos,
if it's in your gut, if it's in your soul, there's no worldly possessions that should come between you and your expression.
You will see how connected he is. That he aspired to get, he has achieved it. And that's only because he followed what intuition told him to do. But remember that your intuition speaks to you very softly, so you need to create space to be able to hear it. And your intuition is not just guiding you, it's basically nudging you towards the life that you're meant to live. So if there's any advice you want to take that advice from yourself and maybe from the people who are there where you want to go, and that's it. So those were all the laws, and these laws have changed my life, and I'm pretty sure that they can change yours too. If you enjoyed this video, then I've decoded another book that you can find here, which is about being more social and being more present and basically getting magnetic AF with people. So if you're interested, definitely check this video out. Hit a like button on this video, and hopefully I'll see you on my next one.